Celtic Mythology, the ultimate guide to Celtic gods, goddesses, heroes, myths, and legends of Celtic mythology, written by Martin Gallaher, narrated by Ross Pipkin. Chapter 1. The History of the Celtic Mythology. The Celts. Who are they? Celt derives its name from the Greek word kaltoi. It started from the time of the Greeks, when it was the most developed nation in Europe. The word kaltoi is used to explain the people of the north who were outside the Greek Empire and sphere of influence. During the advent of the Romans that came to overpower Europe, they referred to the Keltoi as Gauls. Celt, in Latin, is spelled as Celta, C-E-L-T-A, and the plural, C-E-L-T-A-E, Celtae. The Celts were a group of early Indo-European people who spread over Europe from the 2nd millennium BCE to the 1st century BCE. Historically, the Celtic groups were not in any way a unified nation in the modern sense. This is because they were made up of numerous tribes that spoke the same languages. Chronologically, during the 5th century BC, the Celts had stretched down through migration to Western Europe, including France, Ireland, Spain, and Britain. It's conceived that the Celtic religion, beliefs, culture, and tradition began to evolve as far as back as 1200 BC. The Celts left a landmark in every area of settlement. Such a legacy remains most prominent because of their language and cultural endowment. They had these unfamiliar characteristics, such as fair hair, blue or gray eyes, and great statues. Some had this round head shape, with a broad nose and medium height. Seriously, the Celtic nation comprises of these 6 Celtic groups: Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Brittany, Isle of Man, and Cornwall. They all resided in a major part of Europe at the time of the Iron Age. Presently, the Celts live in Ireland, Wales, the Isle of Man, Scotland, Cornwall, France, and Brittany. Furthermore, the rich Celtic mythological tradition is contained in the 4 cycles drawn in the 12th century Christian scribes: the mythological cycle, the Ulster cycle, the Fenian or Fianna cycle, and the King's or historical cycle. The Celtic mythology is rich in heroic stories, gods and goddesses, tales of love and betrayal, elements of magic, spiritualism, and humor. The Celtic mythology has some legends to it, which have been told in the stories and beliefs of people in contemporary Europe for thousands of years BC. Among other Celtic nations, Ireland seems to be the richest source of these mythological and legendary stories. One of the commonest facts about the Celtic societies was their inability to establish simple cities. They mostly erected farmsteads and small hamlets made of wood, wattle, and mud, which could easily be destroyed by invaders or raiders. Like the small Platonic city-state, the Celts maintain a family tie. But the Celtic tribes were different from the Platonic city-state because they did not establish governments or an organized state to oversee the societal happenings. It is more or less similar to Hobbes's thinking, in which tribes were often at war with each other, so the survival of the strongest was the common way of life for the Celtic tribes. The mythological and legendary stories of the ancient Celts have greatly captivated and reigned through successive periods for more than 2,000 years. For years, these intriguing stories of magic, heroes, villains, and monsters were often told orally, thereby leaving no traces of their cultural values in scripts. The Celtic tradition started to die away because of the adoption of Roman beliefs as a result of the scarcity of writing materials. However, the Roman annihilated the Celtic manuscripts written in Greek and Latin languages. Writing is an unfamiliar practice in the ancient Celtic culture. They prefer to narrate their stories verbally than put them on manuscript.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?